Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Isle of Man in the UK. This is John and Mike's MMA Corner.
I am joined right now with Chris Petty. Now, Chris, you're taking on Dakota Bush, co-main event, Shamrock FC. Firstly, you get to go on the co-main event. Nice little slot with Shamrock FC. They're a solid promotion. Jesse Finney's doing great work there. Has done for a long time. Is this a one-off fight? Have you signed kind of exclusive thing with a 3 or 4 fight deal with them? What's the situation with that?
This is just a one-fight deal, but I've been looking for an opportunity to fight Dakota Bush because he's one of the best guys in the area. So, got a lot to prove. I mean, I've beat some good guys in the amateurs, so I just want to put my name on the map and beat another good pro.
Well, I saw online that when your first pro fight, it said you won via leg lock, and then I watched the fight and it was a triangle. Someone got a typo on Sheerdog there, but at the same time, watching the fight, I can see that you like the grappling, you like to get to the ground. Even though you look like you got your shiny shorts on, it's like you're trying to catch people out in a way. Is it just you're more of like, is it you're trying to deceive people so they think, he's going to stand and bang and then catch them out of a takedown?
Well, I mean, I've never been one to shy away from a slugfest, but I mean, the longer I fight, the more I realize I don't like getting hit. So I'm just as soon finishing on the ground as I do on the feet.
I'm like that with sparring.
I was primarily a striker for the longest time, but I got a pretty extensive wrestling background, so it comes into play, and I do a lot of jiu-jitsu, so...
Because I noticed with watching that fight, I'm guessing your legs were getting a little bit tired in the sense of you didn't have that foot behind the knee all the way in at the start, and it was only near the end when you adjusted it, and then you tightened it in, and you cinched it in, you got him. He did very well to sprawl out, and so you couldn't get the angle on him. But he
defended it well. I mean, there was a couple times where I turned the corner and I couldn't lock it up. He stayed low, and I mean, he had good submission defense, but eventually, I mean, it only lasts for so long if you can't get
out. So the fight, you had it. You got your win. You say you strike, because that's what threw me off before. If you've got anklets on and you want to grapple, that is a potential advantage. Never mind for yourself and your opponent, because if they like the leg lock game, that's Christmas there. Nice little bit of friction, bit of grip, bit of kind of friction. Are you going to try and keep wearing those anklets, or are you going to maybe get... I've got my own, by the way. I like my anklets. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I've got pink anklets, and they rock.
Yeah.
But is that something you're going to keep? Is it something you're going to get rid of? What's the deal with that?
I mean, I train a lot of defense, so I'm probably gonna keep those in for a while, until it becomes a problem or I notice any problem with it. So I mean, I do pretty good to defend and impose my will, if you will.
So you said you're striking, but you also said wrestling. So it's not often you get a guy who's a favoured striker, but then he has that wrestling background. Usually it's I'm a wrestler and I develop my striking. What kind of striking background is it then that's the reason why you prefer it?
Well, I mean, I've got a couple pro boxing matches under my belt, and I've got a few amateur, but I mean, like most people started out in MMA, they were street fighters or ball brawlers or whatever, but I mean, I was pretty seasoned when it came to bar fights. so I mean, I've got heavy hands for 155, so it is what it is. Like if I can stand and bang, and if someone can take the power that I can deliver, then I mean, I might as well take it to the ground.
yeah, you kind of know where you need to get to in the fights. So, and then then let's talk about the wrestling. Then, so, you've had that experience with the strike. Is it high school? Is that what the wrestling is?
Yeah. I was a state medalist here in Missouri, and I mean, few times state qualifier. But I mean, I've got good translation when it comes from wrestling to MMA, so it helps out a lot.
Bit of a show off.
I train.
Bit of a show off. So we
I plan to train with one of the best wrestlers in Missouri. So one of the best wrestlers to ever wrestle in Missouri.
Oh,
in Craig Wilson. So I've been talking to him a lot. So
Chris Petty name dropping here, folks. All right then, Mr. Show Off. So has he though? When you wrestle with him, does he take into account that you do the MMA side of things? So there is obviously a difference to stances. Do you particularly train with a different stance as opposed to wrestling? You know, you have your set wrestling stances. It's completely different than a fight game. For one, your hands aren't in front of your face, like kind of blocking punches. But is it different in that way?
I mean, I've noticed, like, if that's why I learned to box southpaw, like, because in wrestling, my lead foot was my right leg, so I mean, it's easier to set up shots off of the strikes. So I mean, it's just that's the only difference I've noticed. I can stop a shot just the same way as if I were just wrestling and not worrying about punches. So
no, that's cool. Yeah, do you know what it's? I like it when I find out about the fact that you got that boxing background and the wrestling, because like I said to you before, some guys they have that wrestling and then it's that gradual progression to the strike game that they find a difficult transition with. With the boxing side of things, why did you not stay at boxing? What was it that brought you to MMA then? Was it just was there a preference? Was it just like you favoured MMA more than boxing, or you just didn't feel like boxing was, that didn't give you that drive?
Well, boxing for me, it's more fun. It's more for a pastime and whatnot. But whenever I got into wrestling, it's just like, if I've got these tools, why not use them? So that's why I stuck with MMA.
Ah, yeah. No, it's a good idea. No, absolutely, I agree with you on that one. Okay, then, so you had your amateur career. Why did you decide to turn pro at the time you did? Do you feel, what was the reason for going pro then? Getting into pro ranks?
I mean, we've all got a shelf life. So I mean, after my last two amateur fights, I beat some two pretty high quality guys, and one of those is a promotion champion, and I mean he's tearing through the lightweight and welterweight divisions right now, and I finished him in 24 seconds. So I mean, it's just, I realized it was time, and I've been thinking about it for a long time, but I needed some notable wins before I could make that jump.
Okay, notable wins, yeah, exactly. So you have that confidence, so to speak, to go into that pro ranks. Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does.
It's all mental.
Do you know what? People don't realize how much the mental side of the sport is. I tell people it's literally the most deadly weapon out of everything you have. You can punch hard. You can be a Damian Maia on the ground and just hug people and tap them out at will. But if your mind isn't there, you can't do any of that. There's nothing. You've got nothing in you. It's all a lot. That mental strength is absolutely obscenely powerful, but a lot of people don't appreciate it or understand it or even take it into account. I suppose a good example would be Misha Tate recently with the weight cutting. She killed herself getting the weight cut. She probably didn't feel great mentally, so she probably started to doubt herself before she got into that cage. Obviously, she may not admit that out loud, but those thoughts would have been rumbling in her mind.
I mean, I'll be the first one to admit that. I have a lot of people ask me, because I've been fighting for a while. They're like, do you ever get nervous when you fight? I'm like, I'm nervous before every single one of my fights.
Yep.
There's doubt. There's what if I'm not good enough? What if I let people down? But I mean, at the end of the day, you got to shut all that out, and I mean, you just got to go out there and perform. So you got to trust your training camp. I mean, that's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yes, I think that helps give that confidence when you're there doubting yourself. You go, actually, I've just busted me bollocks in the gym. I've had me training partners kick my ass, and that's me ready. I'm good to go. I'm just you just get those questions pop in your mind. I'm with you, mate. You start to doubt everything. You suddenly get nervous, and you think. And actually, I usually get there. I usually get your hands wrapped, and you're there, and you're fine. You put the gloves on,
exactly.
And then I just look at my hands, and I go, "What the fuck am I doing?" And I look at my cornerman, and I go, "Why am I not doing what he's doing?" And he does what I do. I picked the wrong one, and then I just go, "We're here now. Let's do it." Oh man, it
so
is.
It's like, well, why do I really enjoy this? It's stressful, man. It plays a lot on your mind. And like you really get a test of your mental toughness when you're sitting there and you're like, I could just walk away, I could just quit, I don't have to do this, but
Yeah.
then whenever you're walking out and you hear all the fans cheering and kids wanting to take pictures with you and have you sign autographs, that's what makes it worth it.
It is. I'm with you on that one. It's one of them ones where you go back to your day life, your normal life, and nothing touches it. Nothing comes close to that feeling. Nothing. You just can't. It is an adrenaline rush. It's like an adrenaline junkie. It's that itch that you have to scratch. It's so, and that's why. I understand why fighters who should retire, but they don't. And you see them go in there and they lose, but they keep coming back, and you go, I know why they're coming back. It's not because they're stupid or they've been punched too many times in the head. It's just it's like a rush. It's like a hit that you just can't get anywhere else, and he just probably can't. And that's why GSP talked about coming back, because he's the same. He's sitting there doing all his gymnastic stuff and looking all pretty and happy, and he's dying inside to get back in there. He's dying. No matter how many blows to the head he's had, he's wanting to get that itch scratched.
Yeah. I mean, fighters never die, man. It's like it's a mentality. Like everybody once they start fighting, they want to keep fighting. So I mean, I can't knock anybody for not wanting to retire.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I said, we got a shelf life. It doesn't mean we have to live up to that.
Yeah. So Dakota Bush, you said that you wanted to get a matchup with him and compete against him because you feel he's one of the better guys around. But what is it about? Well, was he keen to get this fight going? Then did you just speak to negotiators and to Shamrock or whoever and say, look, how can we make this happen? How did the fight come about then? Because you can easily ask for a fight, but doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been like I asked for the Dakota Bush fight when I was still an amateur. We were both still amateurs, and it just never happened. And I'm not saying it's like he backed out or anything. Obviously, it's nothing like that. But I mean, once we both turned pro and we're both trying to come up, I might as well just throw some shots out there and get a hold of some promoters and like, hey, can you make this fight happen? Because I feel like this would be one of the best fights that you'll ever match. So,
no, nice.
I mean, it's just, I got all respect in the world for Dakota Bush. Like, there's no animosity, no bad blood. He's a tough dude, and I want to fight him.
It's respect. It's good.
That's
it's
pretty
good,
much all it is.
And the thing is, you're wanting to, you have respect for him as a fighter, and you're wanting to test yourself, and that's the key. That is the thing. You're not sitting there going, where's a guy I want to fight a guy who's 0-10. I want to fight a guy who's never won, and just turns up, gets paid, and goes home. That's all I want. You're there asking for a guy early in your career, like you say. It's early in your professional career, especially. You're asking for the guy who can test you, because you respect him. That's a good thing to have. It's a good mentality to have because you have that's belief in yourself. Never mind, obviously, the respect you have for him.
Yeah, I mean, what it comes down to is win or lose, either one of us, we're both going to grow from this fight. Because I mean, I feel like we match up relatively perfectly. Like we're the same fighter, So it's just who wants it more that night. And I don't know.
Hey, look. Well, the thing is, the fact that it's on Shamrock FC is a good place to get it onto. They stream it on their website. If anyone's listening, you go to shamrockfc.com. You can stream it. The quality as well on their production is absolutely top drawer. Considering you think, even though it's not like UFC or one of the top promotions, like the top level guys, their production value makes that whole thing look fantastic on the screen.
Yeah, it really does.
It's a promotion as well. It's a good name to get with. It's a good place to be with. They'll definitely look after you. I'm telling you right now, Chris. If just for this one fight, if it's only one fight, they will look after you. To be fair, I'd be surprised if you're not on there more than once. I'm surprised. I would not be shocked, because especially sorry, clear my throat here. Scott Coker and Jesse have a relationship, so I know Bellator have got that kind of. They have eyes over Shamrock FC. People have went from Shamrock FC to Bellator because of the kind of relationship and the deal they have. It's an opportunity there if you're with them, and of course there's UFC, so there's other promotions around the US to go to. But it's a good way to get you started. If things go well for you in your career, it's a good place to be.
Yeah, it definitely is. Shamrock always takes care of their fighters, so, and it's a pedestal. It's a springboard into the higher levels. So
yeah,
got to come out and put on a show. I know that much.
That's the thing, yeah, exactly. You and Dakota are going to put on a show at Shamrock FC. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to watch the fight, like I said, if you go onto their website, you can go on now even and do the whole registering palaver and get on, register, get yourself logged in, all that good stuff, and get yourself ready for the fight that Chris and Dakota are going to put on for everyone. They're going to steal the main event. It's going to outshine the main event. That's what it's going to do. Chris, before I let you go though, what's your social media, man, for people out there to jump on, give you a follow, a bit of support and stuff like that?
My fighter page is Chris the Punisher Petty. Go like it, share it, love it, whatever you want to do. I got videos on there, show you what I'm doing, what I've been doing. So yeah, just go like the page.
Do you have any sponsors out there to help you out?
Shout out to Counter Strike Coffee. They always take care of me, and Brandon Buttrey, old Doc. So that's been my primary, my one. They've taken good care of me. They're always there for me. So yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to them.
And last but not least, give a mention about where your gym is at, and obviously the name of the gym and the training partners, your coaches, people like that. Give thanks to people who are helping you out with fight camp and stuff.
Oh yeah, give a shout out to Gladiator MMA, all my Gladiator brothers. Perryville Jiu-Jitsu, Chad Morrison. I got a great group of guys that I train with in 2 different locations. So, they prepare me for every fight. I go out there ready every single time. So, just give a shout out to them.
Fantastic stuff. Look, Chris, have a great fight. Have a great time at Shamrock FC. Enjoy your whole kind of experience with them. It's going to be a great one. And for the fans at home, they'll have a great spectacle to enjoy.
Oh yeah.